Hey guys, as you can see, we're not in that needle nose Peterbilt anymore, and I don't think you guys have seen a video where I'm backing up and getting the trailer in a little while. I know I've done them in the past, and that's a song that I've actually, the opening music is a song that I've taken and kind of split down. I've rearranged it a little bit before, so pretty cool. If you're watching this, hopefully it's been released on a Thursday and not Tuesday. Either way, Truck and Talk Tuesday, Truck and Talk Thursday. Oh, not too good right there. Actually have the truck kind of stopped, so. But yeah, this is a real basic, no frills, nothing fancy truck, which is kind of what I like. I said about trying to get a Mack Anthem, but I couldn't find a dealership that had a Mack Anthem. I traded in the 351 Peterbilt for this truck, and I've not really had that much bad luck with this truck. It's a newer style truck, of course. Probably about an 80s, 90s, maybe 2000s truck. I'm not a super truck aficionado. I'm just an enthusiast. Anybody who has more information on the truck, please tell me. No GPS in the cab. That's why we have the route advisor there. That'll also show you what gears I'm in, and how tired I am, and when I need to get gasoline. The gauges in this truck could be a little bit better. They're a little dark. I really don't know how I could figure out to fix them, but I'm pretty sure this will be the truck for at least another week. I don't know, I kind of like driving new trucks, but I think, let me know in the comments, I think I should probably pick a truck and stick with it for a few a season, maybe a few weeks. I'm just not too sure. Let me know what you guys would want to see. I know these aren't really too well thought out. You can tell by how I speak. It's really just a potpourri of topics. There's not a lot that goes on during these videos, and I mostly just, I don't know, I kind of like to do a little bit of show and then talk a little bit. I also have been out of school for a little bit, so again, it's more relaxation than it is something to vent about, something to get those artistic ideas out. But I don't know, I think I should kind of pick some topics. I record the videos, of course, and then I do the voiceover narration later, so I do have some time to do some script writing here, but I don't know. I just feel like that wouldn't be genuine. That wouldn't be me. I know you guys probably tune in to see the trucks and how I drive, and not really a lot of the personality, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Now, one thing I have run into a lot that gives me issues mostly, especially with the GPS, is just Oregon in general has the same style, I want to say like highways, clover leaves. They throw me off looking at the GPS. So a lot of the time spent driving kind of goes a little haywire here, because I have to get off one route and go back and find my exit. Sometimes I back up, especially if I'm bobtailing. That's when you have no trailer. But it's just, it's a pain. I guess you kind of get used to it. It's kind of like driving anything else. Oh, we hit the guardrail. Yeah, I guess it's like driving anything else. You got to get used to where your routes are, know your numbers, know little landmarks and types of deals, and really pay good attention to your GPS. I can change the settings so the map's a little bit different in the route advisor. Should probably do that next time. Some of the other trucks that are in this game actually do have GPS units, and again, this is just bought right off the showroom floor. I didn't really modify the truck at all. The mirrors are the stock mirrors, the engine's the stock engine, stock 13-speed transmission. It's a good truck. Now I have a feeling this is mostly a fleet vehicle, so you probably would see a lot of these. It's not really an owner-operator type deal. Those are usually a little bit more fancy, a little bit more show trucks. But I don't know. I kind of am gravitating more towards less flash and more substance when it comes to trucks. In this game, I kind of like trucks that just handle, trucks that are meant for working, trucks that are meant for doing business. So the other thing too is this truck really, you don't have a lot of what are they called, blind spots. You don't have a lot of what I like to call dead vision zones. I mean, you do have to, here we go for an outside view, just showing you that I'm hauling a flatbed. And I'm trying to stay in between the lanes, but again, that's something I kind of suffer with, because in this game, on these type of streets, I really can't see the lines. So, and that's actually why I went outside, did the outside view of the cab to see, how I was doing in between the lines. Another thing, again, you can see that I speed a lot. But it's just, I don't know, this truck seems, even though it's just a real standard truck, a real basic, no frills, no big deal truck, it seems to do a lot. It seems to haul pretty heavy loads. It seems to go pretty fast. I think here I kind of get lost a little bit. But again, it's that Oregon scenery, really. Like these bridges going into the next little city. It's really cool. I love having the fisheye mirror on this truck. That way you can kind of see. And of course, I rubbed the paint with that guy. So. Ugh. What a palava. Now, as far as it goes, trying to see over to the right, yeah, I do have to turn my head entirely. Look out into the mirror. In case I want to make a lane change, like here, I'm not supposed to be in the fast lane. I'm supposed to be over in that right lane. So. But I don't really smack up a lot of cars on this run. See, there we go. And then, yeah, I should have looked in my mirror. The time I looked, it was a little too late. Oh, the other thing, I tried to buy back Golden Hawk, the Western Star 4900 FE. I did buy it. I did try to drive the truck. It wouldn't move. It wouldn't steer. I'd hit the gas and it wouldn't go anywhere. I tried to turn the wheel and the wheel wouldn't go anywhere. So, but that's just that. I kind of wanted to use that truck to haul logs and haul a lot of timber. But if I can't use it, I can't use it. There's no real need in complaining about it. The mod hasn't really been updated for the game for a while. So, and I don't know why that is. It's still sitting in the quote-unquote Steam Workshop. Oh, we hit something. It's still sitting in the Steam Workshop. But don't know why that is. And I think here I'm trying to see who I'm going. So, as I veer into the other lane. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed driving the Peterbilt, but at night it kind of was bad. The headlights weren't great, as I've complained about earlier. This truck, the headlights are really nice at night. I don't need to use the high beams for them. I think the truck was really just the other truck, the Peterbilt 351, was really just a show truck, to tell you the truth. Or this is more of a work truck, like I've said. You know, you look at it from the outside, and it looks like almost every other semi-truck. There's nothing too special. There's nothing too flashy. It's fairly big. It's just meant for taking supplies and goods from one point to another, from point A to point B. So, now the nice thing about what I did here was I actually recorded the game a little while before recording the voiceover narration. And now that I'm going on vacation, like I'm probably where I was going the day you see this. So it gave me a little bit of time, but I kind of want to go back to the old format where I pick up a news story for a little bit and then talk about my views of that, and then kind of go off that, bridge the gap with that. But I don't know, I might also start writing down little things that I want to say, you know, kind of scripted almost. That way these videos don't just drone on and on of me saying this, that, you know, all the little tells that tell you that I really am not prepared. I kind of also would like to play music in the middle of this, but due to copyright, all the music that I kind of want is kind of not available. I'm not trying to profit off of anybody else's composition or music or art, but it'd be nice to kind of complement my piece. You know, it's kind of like the cars almost when you think about it, because a lot of your car manufacturers share parts, but then again, I guess they have a trade agreement with different cars. So taking this turn a little too slow. And the reason for that is I'm trying to stay in the right lane. And I have to get over anyway, so I should have just drove right into the left lane, shouldn't I have? Nah, it's whatever. The other day, it felt kind of weird going from a semi to a muscle car. If you guys haven't checked out that video, check it out. It's Delaware's Car Culture. You guys were lucky you got 2 videos in one day. I'm not usually that energized or that good at editing, as you can tell. I'm slowly learning. But, you know, again, editing is like anything else. The more you practice, the better you get at it. Some people, I think, just have a God-given gift or just been practicing working with different editing software and different editing techniques since they were real young. For me, it's something I kind of just discovered quite a few years ago, like maybe 8. Oh, yeah, the other thing, speaking of 8 years ago, I've been on Facebook for 8 years. Funny about that, it feels like I really don't use Facebook that much. I mean, a lot of my friends do, but I don't really post on there. I don't like to post on there. One thing I did share was the pictures of the Burger King. And a lot of people did like that. It wasn't the finished product of the Burger King, which I'm still working on. You know, I have a lot of work I want to do with that. But it was just my progress so far, so you can still see the brown bleeding through the white, like the brown paint bleeding through the white paint of that. And the roof's still in 2 colors. Where I'm at with that now is I'm done pretty much all the white paint. I still need to work on the roof a little bit. I want to do the interior, but I need to wait for when I have money. I figured out some little editing tricks, again, using photographs to kind of create an interior. I want to make parts of the interior out of balsa wood because styrene's kind of hard for me. Styrene plastic is kind of hard for me to get, and I don't really like to wait. I'd like to just have little stockpiles of balsa wood, because that's also good to use for other projects, really, car customization wise. But I'd like to use balsa wood to make a counter, probably some other things, other little details that aren't going to be too visible, like stoves and cooling racks for like fries and the sandwiches. But also, too, the other part is I'm going to be using pictures, so I might not even have to make that by hand. I might just kind of glue it to the balsa wood. That'll be my backing. And then, after gluing the balsa wood into the, first you glue the background into the balsa wood, and then you glue in the balsa wood inside the building. So, there's doing the interior, and then there's doing the parking lot, which, as you guys remember, is a cardboard box. So, again, a little hobby type deal, and I know I'm not too interesting with that. It's one of those things where you got to kind of sit and look at it instead of having somebody explain everything to you. So, I'm also a little too heavy on the brakes here. I stopped before I should. And as you'll notice in other videos, you'll see that I when I'm coming up to a light, I kind of downshift and then lose a little bit of momentum, throw it back into the gear I had it in. Here I'm kind of smart. I just go into the other lane and prepare to turn later. One of the things I got to say about Oregon, though, as far as this game's concerned, is it really does feel different compared to California, New Mexico, and Nevada. Like, don't get me wrong, Nevada feels pretty different. The scenery's a lot of glitz and glamour and glitter, how you would expect Las Vegas to be in a video game. Oregon kind of feels, I don't know, I want to say like a nostalgic memory of just old stores and little country areas, little country towns. I mean, I'm mostly driving around what I would classify more of the suburb part of Oregon. I guess it would be considered urban sprawl, but it's kind of like an old state, You don't see a lot of high rises and condos, or at least in this part where we're driving, I don't know how to explain it, really. Because there was kind of the city, the hub, and now here we are in a forest type area. I know Oregon has a lot of wood, a lot of logging, a lot of wood goods, a lot of paper mills. I just don't know how to explain it. And then this bridge is really cool. Yeah, there's a lot to do with the lumber industry. As you can see, we've seen about 5 lumber carts as I know them. Those are trailers for hauling logs. Sure, another truck with a lumber cart coming by. Yeah, these type intersections always kind of scare me with just the fact that you've got people coming from the right, you've got people coming from the left. You always got to be, you have to have a little faith in your fellow motorist. So I always try to slow down. That way I can kind of not really, as I go through a red light, not really hit, like not really prevent an accident, but kind of lessen the damage. I think here is where I pretty much do my best as far as driving and turning is concerned. You know, I ease into the turns a little bit easier than I was before, and I don't go over into the other lane. I go over into the shoulder, but not too much. The other thing too is I also hug the shoulder. I'm just not really used to driving as much as I love it. I must admit, right now I'm not a good driver. I don't know though, right here, yeah, I'm kind of on the double yellow. I don't know, guys. Maybe you guys, if you guys stuck around, so you should probably evaluate my driving at this point. If you've stuck around, please evaluate my driving. I also kind of feel like the road, you know, for a vehicle this size, I feel like the road's kind of small. I don't know. Maybe that's just how I know proportions, but I really don't know anymore. Coming up on your right is a really cool rest area that you probably won't see too much of. Yep. There you go. We just passed. So. Also, too, with this, it's not really like I'm just taking my time with the delivery. I'm not trying to get anywhere or break any lane speed records in a semi. The forest, the wilderness of Oregon kind of throws me off a little bit. How all the trees create such shadows. Kind of would like some daytime driving lights, but they're on. That's how I can see the arrows. The little sticks in between the gears, and oh, that was a little too close. Now this I find really beautiful, right before you're going into the tunnel. Now you guys heard a train horn. That's the stock horn for this truck. That's not even the air horn. That's just the regular horn for this truck. So I don't know who designed it and thought it would be cool to do a train horn, but I don't know. It's not my thing. I've heard guys in my neighborhood who have those train horns for their regular horns, and I got to think that's got to be illegal. I mean, I guess it's because trains and trucks run off diesel. I don't. And I feel that's making a stretch. Just, make the connection you want to make there, but I don't know. Another awesome bridge. And I know a lot of people get scared driving over bridges. To me, I guess maybe because I'm not really driving. It's a simulation. I don't really feel terribly scared. I'm not afraid that I'm going to go over the edge on a bridge. It just, I don't know, there's something kind of cool about it. Again, the scenery is really... The scenery is what makes this DLC, I'll say that. And then, again, it's not like you're driving through... Oh, yeah. I didn't see the gate, the crossing, until it was a little too late. And I kind of want to back up out of this a little bit, so... I think that's what I do. Either that or I'm just waiting to... Yeah, I'm backing up a little bit. The reason I back up is when I had hit one of those gates previously in another game, I think I was in Nevada, it kind of locked the truck there and it kind of glitched out, so I was stuck after the train had moved. So. Going back to what I was saying, with this DLC, with Oregon, you actually feel like you're going somewhere, too. It's not like, oh, okay, here's Las Vegas. We're out of Las Vegas. Oh, okay, here's Los Angeles. We're out of Los Angeles. And Cods Bay looks so pretty. It just looks like, your coastal town. I guess the closest thing to me that I can think of is Cape May, New Jersey. Not that I've been there, but... I hear people talk about it, and everybody talks about it like it's Martha's Vineyard. Again, haven't been there either. Heard stories about people going to Martha's Vineyard and how it being so expensive. Like, yeah, probably not my kind of place. I'm just a simple guy, guys. I like to sit and enjoy myself on vacation. I like to go and do some touristy things. I like to take tours. You can't spell tourist without the word tour. I like to go and visit some locations. I'm not really a big beach guy, honestly. Restaurants, yeah, not really. It's got to be something a little special for me. Because when I was doing that tour of Main Street Fridays, when I would go out, and this was after classes, I would go and grab lunch on Fridays on Main Street. I got so disappointed because, honestly, I'd spent this money for something that I could have, for money that I could have saved and probably have made myself. The only thing I didn't really feel terribly, terribly disappointed was the $5 euro or gyro. I mean, it was fun, but some of the restaurants I went to were just regular restaurants and was okay. I'm not going to name them, but there were some places where it was like, really? I'm getting charged this much for this? Hey. But also, too, that's kind of the whole... You got to keep in mind it's a college town, college deal, so you had restaurants and they're catering towards a lot of the out-of-state people who can't really get a taste of home. So... And now that I'm talking about food, I'm actually making myself kind of hungry. Well, there we go. I walked right into that. So after this video, I'm probably going to go make myself a little something to eat. And then, I don't know, come back, edit up this video, and post it so that it goes out on the day it's supposed to go out. I guess all my videos can't be winners. The other thing, too, is I know as far as YouTube videos go, I kind of have a lengthy YouTube video here where the custom cars are, like, more on the shorter side. I know there's a couple of guys in the custom car community who are making, like, 15-minute long videos. It's just, how do you talk that long? And I know a lot of them, it's not really that much talking. There's a lot of just showing and trying to get the little custom car from every angle and all that fun stuff. But I also kind of like to teach when I do my videos. My how-to on how to add details is kind of nice. I thought that was a fun video for me to make, even though it didn't go exactly to plan. And then, of course, you guys have probably seen, because I'm going to go actually make that video in a few minutes, is the how to make like a contractor style pickup truck using a regular 1/64 scale pickup truck. So, guess I can't just keep showing